in this week's vlog, first and foremost, if you don't know who I am, my name is Derek. And we're gonna talk about how to find time for everything as a single dad. I've been a single father now for almost 2 years. Been raising my son Tanner, he's 5 years old. I like to think that I'm an excellent father. And so we're gonna talk about things like time management in this week's vlog. We're gonna talk about things like establishing a productive daily routine. We're gonna talk about how to balance work and parenting. We're gonna talk about self-care and personal time as a single dad and how to find time to make sure that you still get to enjoy doing the things that you like to do. So, hope you guys are ready to jump into this week's vlog with me. I'm excited and hopefully help a few other fathers out in the process. So, with that said, I think I'm gonna have some sausage and eggs for dinner. So, first thing I want to talk about is a morning routine. Now you might be like, Derek, I don't like waking up at 5 a.m. No one does. I don't get up at 5 a.m. That is for the fucking birds. You don't gotta get up early to do a morning routine. You just gotta get up early enough before you gotta do your other normal to do your morning routine. And it doesn't have to be something super complex. So the first thing I do is I am one of those freaks that when I wake up, I have to shower, shave, brush my teeth, get ready, all that stuff. Like, it seems simple, but it's kind of like the old expression of people that say, like, the first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning is make your bed. You don't actually have to make your bed. What they're saying is the first thing you should do in the morning is collect a little bit of little wins. Getting some of those little wins first thing in the morning, it'll kind of help you want to get going in the day and get some other stuff done. After that, it goes into planning my day, which I list the 3 most important things that I need to accomplish for the day. I do think a daily task list is important, but I also think out of all of those tasks that you got to do today, taking a moment to sit down and write out the 3 tasks that are the most important ones for you to get done for the day is a great way of getting your mind prepared for what has to be done for the day in order for you to feel like you are being productive. The other thing I like to do is exercise. Now, sometimes I do this first thing in the morning, other times I don't, just depends on the day, but it is something that I do throughout my day and it is part of my daily routine, maybe not necessarily my morning routine. The other thing is by having kind of a bunch of these little habits, whether it's praying, reading the Bible, reading a regular book, making your bed, showering, shaving, brushing your teeth. Number one, it allows for what's called habit stacking, which means by making a routine, a morning routine, you're stacking a bunch of habits on top of each other, which makes it easier to keep those habits going. Because instead of having to try to do all these habits, you're basically doing one habit, which is a morning routine, and you can edit and adjust that as needed as you go about the day and stuff. So I think that's really, really great. Why is my mom calling me? I should answer this and see what she wants. Good morning, guys. We are heading to Tanner's kindergarten testing. He has kindergarten testing today. Oh God, we gotta run this red light. Actually, it's yellow, it's not red, I swear. We made it, although I was speeding to make it. I can't wait for you to tell me how good you did on your test.
I'm not doing like
Yes, you have to. You have to. They're gonna take you to go do it. Are you nervous or something? Yeah, you don't gotta be nervous. Everybody goes to school. Mommy went to school, I went to school, I took tests, Mommy took tests, Grandma and Grandpa and Papa and Granddad and Grandma, Sissy, everybody takes tests. So the last thing we were talking about when I was talking about kind of how to find time for everything as a single dad, the next thing we were going to talk about was balancing work and parenting time. And so I thought I'd discuss that a little bit, what I've found that has helped me. So first things first, like to start kind of this section off, I think the most important thing to realize as a dad, especially as a single dad, is that you are not going to be afforded the same luxuries as a single mom. I mean, even at the job I work at, it is not common at all to see moms take off the day because they got to take their kid to the doctor because he's sick or just whatever the case may be. Like, it's not uncommon for mothers to have to miss work occasionally because of things to do with the child. And so with that said, what I will say is at the end of the day, you have a choice. You can choose to put your job first, or you can choose to put your child first. And you might say, well, I can't lose my job. Society did. Listen, you know, I get it. Life's hard. I get finding jobs is work, but I know from experience my entire life when it comes to these type of things, I have never been afraid in a job to say no. And so you have to be willing to say these things, to put these things first in your life, specifically talking about your child and these things, and being okay with the ramifications of that. And if you put your kid before your job, there will come a time when you're gonna have to stick to those guns
and actually stand up for that. Part of the reason I can do that is because I live well below my means. My only bill is a car payment. And again, now some divorce bills and stuff. And that's it. That's all my bills I really have, besides the normal, like, you know, gas, electricity, that type of stuff that just is always there. But any extra bills, really don't have it. Now, again, things are, you know, just to be completely transparent, because I know some of you other dads are also going to be going through divorces. Like, that is just part of life, and I am, you know, dealing with the ramifications of that. But overall, that's how I've lived my life. I still do treat myself. I still buy the things I want to buy, like a smartwatch, a Galaxy Fold phone, you know, Meta smart glasses, computers. But the reason I can do that is because I don't have all these bills, and because I also pay myself first. Sorry, my GoPro overheated and turned off, so we're gonna finish up what I was saying here. Basically, you have to pay yourself first. Tithes come out of my checks automatically, my 10%, you know, that I give towards God. But also what comes out is my investments. So it's already set on auto pay. They go directly into stocks, you know, bonds, REITs, you know, real estate investment stuff, cryptocurrencies even, NFTs. I mean, I've invested in lots of stuff throughout the years. And what that allows you to do is over time, it allows you to have your money that you're making start working for you without you physically being there, without you physically putting in the time. Your money starts earning additional monies. I think all of these different tactics and things are important in order to make sure that you can balance work and parenting. The reason I talk about all of these things instead of just like, okay, here's how you balance, because the truth is there's no such thing as balance when it comes to anything in life. There's trying to balance things, but by incorporating these different things that I'm talking about, you can make it easier to stick to your guns and stuff when you need to. If you know you have money put aside for, you know, if you were to lose your job because you stand up for, you know, your parenting rights, then it's not that big of a deal because you know you'll have plenty of time to go find another job or whatever. In terms of the actual practicalities of it, so there are some things I do. So for example, my schedule with my son is week on, week off. What that means is on the weeks that I do not have Tanner, what I do, I pretty much work all day. On the weeks that I do have Tanner, I stick to a very strict 5 o'clock stop working rule. I try to do as much as I can on the weeks I don't have Tanner. That way the weeks I do, I can get off at 5 o'clock and spend the evenings with him. That's my advice when it comes to trying to balance work and parenting, and hopefully that helps you. So I got to run back into the house here and get some work done. Speaking of work, all right, let's do it, eh? Let's get this work done. What's going on, guys? We are on lunch break. I am running to pick Tanner up a puppy. Kind of happened all of a sudden, but I had been thinking for a while about getting Tanner a puppy, and I had a friend from church post on Facebook that they had a litter of puppies from their dogs. They had a mini pit mix and a pit bull mix, and so they were trying to rehome them or whatever, and I saw the opportunity and decided this is it. And so we're heading there now to pick up the dogs on my lunch break. It's Friday right now, so I won't have Tanner until Sunday evening. I guess 2 days to get them potty trained. Can you get a puppy potty trained in 2 days? We are heading to pick up Tanner. I'm about to surprise him with the puppy, so he has no idea that I got a puppy for him. What I wanted to talk about, though, I was turning this on because on my way to pick up Tanner, I thought maybe we could talk about self-care and personal time. Now, I think there's lots of ways to do that, and I think for everybody it's going to be different, but some of the ways that I found myself that has really helped me is, number one, gaming. I've always been a gamer since the moment, you know, I can remember. I mean, as a little kid, I gamed, never really changed that. But I also think we need self-care in other ways, whether that's through exercise, some yoga, some stretching. These are ways that I found to really provide that self-care. And to me, self-care isn't just necessarily making yourself feel better. It's also growing yourself. So reading books like nonfiction books I was talking about, books that are gonna level you up, whether it's in your career, your family, your finances, make you be a better dad. These methods and these tools are super important for self-care. And I think it's important to have that time for yourself. Woo, ready? Are you excited for your surprise?
What?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
You gotta get to the house. What do you think it could be?
I don't know.
You don't even know, bro?
Go fast! Who is that?
What?
Who is that?
What do you mean, who is that?
I don't know who that is.
That is your new puppy.
You got me a new puppy.
I did. Ugh.
What name is he?
I haven't given him a name yet. I was waiting for you.
I want to call him Little Puppy. Hi, buddy. Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah. Oh.